Hey!
Amazing.
Thing in the world. She's crying.
It was so good.
After she tried this.
It was so good.
So good. The pasta makes you cry.
It was too good. It was so
Oh
good.
my
It makes
God.
you cry.
Wow. But it's really nice.
It really was. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. It's crazy.
We need to realize what time we're doing this.
Yeah. Ah.
What's inside? It's cacio pepper. It's just cheese, pepper. What do we rate this?
5.
Out of 10?
No, 5.
Oh,
Out of 5.
Okay.
10? 10.
10. I agree. 10.
10. But you should try the classical one too. Maybe
Isn't
tomorrow. It's really good as well.
What do you mean tomorrow? You mean later today? We're not gonna stop eating
Okay. If you wish.
tomorrow.
Yes.
We don't have time to wait for tomorrow.
진짜. Hey Dia, can you please put 1 scoop
Oh, put 1 scoop where?
to your mouth? How about it? Do you like it? Good? Good? You're gonna cry again?
Oh my god, I need you to taste it. I need you to taste it.
So cute. You wanna pay? So cute.
I know, it's so adorable. Yeah, I'm looking for the food now. Do you enjoy eating? Do you enjoy eating?
How couldn't I?
That's all we've done.
Say hi to our shadow. Hi.
Hello, shadow.
Ciao Bella.
Ciao.
Oh, shrimp. Can you eat it? Look at that. Wow, what's this? This family is definitely that means in high season. I don't wanna imagine. How they like it. Good?
Rome in the morning or Rome in the evening?
I prefer Rome in the morning. How about you? How about you?
I'll take care of you.
Okay. We're very good.
They only made two. I've just been seeing it everywhere. I just wanted to see what it was.
Yeah.
Face when I'm lying. You know? Working with Nina, another colleague. I don't really like her. Wow.
What do you most expect about Vatican City?
That I'm gonna be very uncomfortable there.
And we struggled a lot to get into the city last day, right?
Yeah, that was
The
so
ticketing.
hard. That was so
The
hard.
hardest thing I've ever encountered in this city, right?
I feel like yesterday and then we found the book.
It's like Destiny, right?
I found it even
Read it first and lend it to me, right?
Yeah.
Entry to Vatican. Let's go. The country, right?
Are we inside another country now?
Yeah, we're in another country. I love the thinking that we are like walking alongside the border.
Or inside or outside?
I need some coffee, actually. Coffee,
Cappuccino.
food, cappuccino, no espresso. I need a direct one. Direct.
I love this thing.
Okay, cheers again.
Cheers.
Cheers. So hungry.
Is that?
Yeah. Okay. Yep. 맛있겠다.
맛있겠다. How do you say I'm drunk again?
나 취했어.
나 cheese. 맛있겠다.
맛있겠다. 맛있어?
맛있다.
맛있어? 얼마나 맛있어?
맞아.
No, 얼마나 맛있어? How?
How good is it?
Yeah.
But matcha is like a
Yeah,
lot.
no. 많이.
Yeah, that's right. Money.
Yeah.
Money.
많이 맛있어? Okay. I'll try mine. Looks good. 맛있어. 할 수 있다. You can do it.
I'm gonna teach you how to properly flip ice.
싫어. 싫어. No, 싫어.